I'm back.
Yeah, so you're probably wondering about that intro there. I actually ran a 5K with one of my friends this past week, something I had never done before. It's about 3.2 miles, and I don't want to come off as bragging, but I just thought I'd share it because it was something I thought was pretty cool that I'd never done or tried before, and I actually finished in 42 minutes. That's where this shirt came from. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into today's review right here on Album Review TV Beyond the Reviews. It's time for a review of Legendary by The Somerset. The pop rockers are back, this time a little bit more so on the pop side of things, but they've always had a thing for writing these huge, massive hooks. Brian Dales has one of the most unique voices I've heard in music in recent times. It's something that's really set them apart since I ever started listening to them. I first heard of The Somerset back in around 2008, I believe, from the In Color EP. She's Got the Rhythm was the first track that kind of drew me in, and then Chelsea was the one that really did it. I really didn't know who they are when I heard She's Got the Rhythm. I was just clicking around on YouTube one day and heard it, but Chelsea is something that one of my friends a long time ago introduced me to, and it's something that I still listen to quite often to this day. It is so catchy, and that's what I loved about The Somerset from the start. They have a thing for writing really catchy music, and that's why I always thought that they would take off. And here, on this new album, Legendary, they've got the first official single, Boomerang, that's actually going to be sent to top 40 radio stations, and to me, that makes sense. People are saying that they're sellouts and everything like that, and I'm thinking, really? This has kind of been the band's tendency the entire time, their whole career. They've had that in their veins. They're more pop than anything else, but pop rock, and they actually use instruments, and it mixes in with kind of the electronics and programming and synths. The first release from the album was Maybe Tonight. It's more of an inspirational type song, but something that I really thought set that track apart from all the other, inspirational songs and stuff like that get thrown under that category is the fact that it's extremely catchy, and it's not just cheesy lyrically. There's so many songs like that that just fall into the category that are just like, you're awesome and all this stuff and uplifting. This song actually has a positive message and manages to not just be a pain and make you cringe when you listen to it. It's got that big build-up, as do many songs on this album, and it just crashes into these massive choruses that are just like group sing-alongs almost. I love the backing vocals that are used in Maybe Tonight in the chorus, towards the end of it at least, and it's just so melodic, and throughout it's just a smooth listen. Now, upon listening to this album for the first time all the way through, I was just sitting there in a shock, really, just thinking to myself, these are some of the catchiest songs I've heard, and for them to all be together in one place is just incredible. Now, it's not all, amazingness and perfection. There's tracks towards the end of the album that I'm not so keen on. 7 Days is one that grows a little bit old to me. It's got some solid lyrics, but overall it's just not one of my favorites, and it's not as well done as some of the other tracks on the record. It goes a little bit downhill once we get to like Rescue, and I'm not a huge fan of the title track Legendary either. The Way We Were, especially in the chorus, sounds almost identical to Jukebox Life Goes On, and that's not necessarily a good thing. It actually feels rehashed and very repetitive, and just something I'm just like, really? You guys do this on purpose? Because it sounds eerily similar. Happy For You and 7 Days are two that are kind of in the middle for me that I'm not huge on, but are still very catchy tracks. Happy For You is one that lyrically is just, I feel like I've heard this too many times, and while the band does often write about familiar subjects, this is just one that, it just kind of falls flat. But the first 6 tracks on the album just, wow, it was kind of blowing me away, and I just kept listening to the whole album honestly over and over again. Like, I was kind of listening to it, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I wasn't sure if I would be drawn in or not. I knew I had been a fan of some of their past work, but really this album is really drawing me in more than anything else they've done in the past. What I do miss on this record is some of the simplicity. Tracks like About a Girl are tracks that I really, really enjoy, and they're just very simple musically. An acoustic guitar and Brian's voice, for the most part, is all you really focus on. That's not really found here on Legendary, but I understand that they made more of an upbeat record here, and that's the kind of vibe that they wanted to give off for the most part. Now, back to the catchiness I was talking about, let's go ahead and talk about the most catchy tracks on the record. It starts off kind of almost in order, the first 6, minus track number 5, which features Dia Frampton, Heart on the Floor. Not saying that that track's bad by any means, but I'm just talking about the poppiness and catchiness of the tracks. Fuck You Over is possibly my overall favorite on this record. I know it's been floating around for a while, and there's been an official version released for quite a while now on Fearless Records since the band signed to them, but I had never listened to it until I got this album, and oh my god, this song is so fun. I cannot stop. I can't get it out of my head. I'm singing along to it. It's just pop perfection. Fuck You Over is just an incredible track and showcases what the band is all about, and that is about writing catchy songs that really get stuck inside of the listener's head. Another one that's just like that is Boomerang, the lead single from this album, and wow, like I said, being sent to top 40 stations, it makes sense. The whole lyrical setup of the album, the chorus and everything is just radio. It screams like, play me on the radio, seriously. This song is another one that's going to be stuck inside of your head for days. If you listen to it 2 times, you're going to be playing it 20 times in your head throughout the day. Very smart move on the Somerset's part. I think this track could break through to radio success over the summer, especially. It just feels like that kind of windows down, feel good type song. The same thing for Maybe Tonight, another one of my favorites off of this record. I already talked about that one, but it's just another one of those really catchy tracks. Even though it's not as much poppy, it's still extremely catchy to the listener. Then we get to Lightning in a Bottle. I really love that one. The guitar is what drew me into that one, mixed with the electronic flourishes, and the chorus, another one of those choruses that I'm just sitting there kind of blown away, and I'm just like, whoa. This hook is just so big and massive and sexy and listener friendly. Wow, we're catching lightning in a bottle, don't give a fuck about tomorrow. It's the whole we're young, wild and free type thing, and it just fits. It's something that I honestly relate to, and I feel like I miss a little bit in my life. It reminds me of all the crazy days when I was a little bit younger. I still have some of those days and nights and stuff, but I just feel like I'm out on the beach having fun, listening to this song, and that's what I imagine when I hear this track. So the Somerset, great job writing this very catchy album. Overall, it's very solid. There are some downfalls to it and some criticisms that I have. Like I said, it's a little bit extremely poppy, and that might not be for everyone. Older fans of the band who have stuck with the band through everything they've been through, I think they definitely understand this as a progression of the band. They've always kind of been pop-oriented deep in their veins, so I understand this record completely. Solid, catchy, and effective album from the Somerset. 4 out of 5 from me right here at Album Review TV. Please let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Check albumreviewtv.com for more. In the meantime, all the links to all my other channels, that sort of thing, vlogs, Facebook, all in the description down below. Check those out, and I will see you guys very soon.